Welcome, dear listeners. I'm Jonathan Carlin.
And I'm Benjamin Carlin.
And we invite you to join us through the Griffin door, your one-way ticket to the enchanting world of Harry Potter. So grab your wands and dust off your broomsticks and join us as we unlock the dark corridors inside Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 9, The Woes of Mrs. Weasley, live in St. Paul. Woo!
That was a wall of noise.
That was a wall of noise.
Goodness
Absolutely.
gracious.
I know. Coming back to St. Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this.
Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha. Didn't see you there. I do say "ope" all the time. Is that? Yeah. One of us.
Okay. I'm glad to see you guys are good at chanting because that's going to come up later.
It will.
Yeah,
It will.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
All right. But before we get into the chapter, of course, we have to talk about the chapter art, which we can show you. Look
Yes,
at this.
indeed.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
look, yeah.
Oh.
The people in the front three rows are like, ooh,
They're
this
like,
is
ooh, I
nice.
can see it.
Yeah,
Everyone else is
yeah.
like, sure.
People
yeah.
in the back, can you see? Yeah. It says live from St. Paul across the top. Yeah, there you go. No, this chapter art I think is speaking pretty massive volumes.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's a rather unusual case where oftentimes the chapter art's going to be very cautious not to depict what's going to be like a major spoiler inside of the chapter.
Yeah.
If we can go back to the first task, for example, where instead of showing us like a dragon or Harry on his broomstick or anything,
Yeah.
it's a picture not of Harry like himself, his hands catching a book.
A book, yeah,
You
a
know,
dictionary.
so- right. But no, not this time. We have a Hogwarts letter, a prefect badge prominently displayed, and of course a rare instance of Harry, Ron, and Hermione all depicted inside of the art itself.
I know. You get to see all of their faces. You never get to see that. But then you also get the division of Hermione and Ron on one side, Harry completely isolated on the other.
That's
which
right.
is becoming more and more the case for Harry with like every passing page as he like walks closer and closer to the prophecy and his destiny as the chosen one.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think this is interesting in a couple of ways because on the one hand, it's like Harry definitely is starting down a path that like it reminds me, I think, actually of a couple of chapters ago when we were going to the Ministry of Magic for the first time, and Harry wakes up in the morning at 5:30 and he's like, shooting out of bed, he's getting dressed and he's going downstairs. Meanwhile, Ron was lying sprawled on his back with his mouth wide open, fast asleep. In so many ways, I feel like that is depicting a little bit of like the difference of situation that like even the two people closest to Harry Potter, like they're way more in it than everyone else, and yet they're still not having to live the life quite that Harry is living, at least not for a couple more years.
Yeah.
But what I do think is really cool is that like in the end, it's like where Harry is having to like step away, it's almost like Ron and Hermione are going to follow him. Like they are the ones that are going to close the gap.
Yeah,
Like, and I think it's just a great illustration of their friendship and how much they've got Harry's back.
Yeah, and Harry has to put his own he has to put it to the test in this chapter when the prefect badge arrives and like has like a really honest conversation with himself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good one too because you get just
It
like
is.
Harry's own thoughts, kind of like
He
speaking
has like a
to-
little Smeagol moment,
Yes,
he's like talking back and forth.
He's holding the prefect bag. He's like,
he's
my
like,
precious.
It should have been mine. No. Yeah. Harry. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, let's dive on in here to our first sentence. We've got Dumbledore's abrupt departure took Harry completely by surprise, and then the dragons arrived. It's like Dumbledore saw them coming, and he's like, "Whoa, see ya."
what's even funnier is that Harry is going to leave the courtroom and Arthur is going to be standing right there and he's going to go, Dumbledore didn't say.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's because he was hightailing it.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Dumbledore was in a rush?
He was in a rush. I know. I got to the part like, he didn't stop to talk to you about it?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
See you, Arthur.
See you, Arthur, I'm out.
See you for meatballs. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
man.
Or a drink.
Or
Yeah,
a drink.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur's definitely not joining Dumbledore for a drink. We know that much.
No, definitely not.
No, but yeah. So this is where we're picking up. Basically, Harry's just been cleared of all charges, and it says like the very next line is that he remains sitting where he was in the chain chair, struggling with his feelings of shock and relief. And I think this is kind of like an interesting one because we talked a little bit in the last chapter about how when Harry comes in and sits down in this chair, he remembers like Igor Karkaroff being bound to it, like the chains spring to life and like held him there. And when he sits down, the chains kind of like jangle a little bit. They move just some, but they don't bind him. Here, it's not something physically binding him to the chair. He's like almost emotionally bound to the chair.
We're good.
I now think mine's a little messed up too.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh, mine doesn't count.
It's just me.
So some people. Some people, when they come to the show, create drinking games around what we do up here because apparently we're predictable.
Apparently.
Yeah. We'll have to pass around a Google Doc next time, gang. So everybody can get in on
Everyone
the
can
fun.
play.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the Discord. Okay, talk to Dola in the Discord. She'll hook you up for the next show.
That's right. Anyway, so Harry's sitting there basically frozen in disbelief. He doesn't really know what to do. Everybody on the Wizengamot, all 50 people on this full trial are kind of getting up and shuffling their way out.
Yeah, and Harry's like, am I good to go? I'm out. And what's crazy to me is they don't have like a back entrance or anything or exit. They all have to file past him.
Yes.
You know?
And like when they walk in, they're like way up there and like Harry and Dumbledore are talking like
Right. If you read in the last chapter, it says Dumbledore is staring up at Fudge through his half-moon spectacles, which means that, like, if you can imagine glasses, and it even says they're like down on his nose. So they're like this, and they're like down here. So if Harry is staring up at Fudge, he's like, "Oh, hello, Cornelius." Ugh.
which also means though that now that everybody's like departing, they're all coming down.
Yeah, they're like walking down like some massively steep stairs, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To make their way out. But I thought this was funny because Harry's not really sure what to do, so he takes a few tentative steps towards the exit, and when nobody called him, he broke into a very fast walk. And then I paused my audiobook right there, and I was like, run, man!
Yeah.
And then the very next line is, he took the last few steps at a run. And I'm like, oh, okay.
There you go. He is like, I'm getting out of here before anyone changes their mind. Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go.
No room for second thinking. Yeah.
No run at all. Yeah. There we go. And then Mr. Weasley stops him right away and he says, Dumbledore didn't say. And Harry reveals that he's cleared. And I love this as Mr. Weasley sees Harry by the shoulders, just beaming at him. And you get a lot of instances where like Mrs. Weasley is being like really like motherly and stuff. But I feel like this is such like a fatherly moment for Mr. Weasley. Just like, yes, you did it.
Right.
You know?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really, oh man, that kind of gives me chills.
Oh, no.
Like, Arthur really is the best.
I know.
And he's got such a little sweet sentiment here too, because it's like Harry's going to get back to Grimmauld Place, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, thank goodness we knew you were going to get off." And Harry's like, "You guys all seem a little bit relieved." So it's like you knew I was going to get off, but like I think
you were still pretty worried.
You were still pretty worried, yeah. I think Arthur singularly is like, well, I can't pretend I wasn't. I think the last word there, because he's cut off, is concerned.
Yeah.
That something was going to go on, but this is also an adorable moment for Arthur because like, Merlin's beard, you were tried by the full court.
Yeah.
And it's like to Arthur, he's like, this is such a ridiculous way to have done this. Like,
right.
Like, he like brought him down to courtroom 10. It was like, it was already ridiculous enough. And he's like, no, they didn't go that far.
Right. Like in his mind, he was like, well, you're still being questioned by Amelia Bones in there, probably.
Probably,
Yeah.
yes.
Not 50 people at 8 in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but sure enough, that's exactly what's happening. And like, if you're seriously though, because this would be like you were put on trial for like a speeding ticket and then went to go face the Supreme Court, which was being led by the president on this day. You know? You know? Like, oh wow,
This is a very strange situation.
How fast was I going? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty intense. But then Fudge walks out, acts as though he cannot see Mr. Weasley or Harry, acting like they're part of the wall. And then, of course, Umbridge walks out, looking almost appraisingly at Harry. She's just like sizing him up, like, "Oh, I am so gonna get you.
Oh, I know.
I am gonna get you."
It's remarkable to me that you keep getting lines like this from Umbridge. Yeah, it's like, but again, the witch looked almost appraisingly at Harry as she passed, and it's just like she's formulating. She's like, okay, you may have won the battle, but the war is not over yet.
That's right. That's right. And then, of course, you have Percy exiting as well, completely ignoring his father. And says the lines around Mr. Weasley's mouth tightened slightly, but other than that, gave no sign he had noticed his third son. Which I think, so the title of the chapter is The Woes of Mrs. Weasley. And of course, the main thing it's going to be about is like the Boggart at the end.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of other woes of Mrs. Weasley happening throughout the chapter.
Oh,
and
sure.
Like this is absolutely one of them, is the continued pressure and like shame of Percy, like, estranging the family.
That's exactly right. I definitely think that you're correct, because then we'll also kind of have a moment later when Ron like gets his prefect badge, and there's a bit of an exchange about what he's going to get in exchange for that. But the other like big question here is that we for a very long time have sort of operated under the assumption that at this point Percy is under an Imperious curse, and he seems to be acting an awful lot like an automaton. Like he's expressionless, he's emotionless, like he's cold, he's distant, he's not really saying anything. Like he basically like reacts to anything Fudge asks, like he's like a lapdog or something.
Yeah, anything he says, straight to it.
Straight to it, exactly. Yeah. The only small other possibility here is that somebody must have informed Dumbledore about the time change for the trial. And so you could also potentially borrow the lens that's like, well, what if Percy is also singularly working on Dumbledore's orders, but like in a way that is so separate from the Order of the Phoenix.
He's like new Snape.
Yeah. Like so it's like he's basically going and like infiltrating the other side. He has to like wear the part perfectly. Because in this way... Prefectly?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That was good.
Oh, thank you.
That was good. But what I like about that though is that what Percy would be doing, like Percy's not the only person who would have just walked straight past Dumbledore as he straight past Arthur as he exited, because Dumbledore would have done the exact same thing. Like,
I know.
Percy might be using all of the same tricks that Dumbledore is using towards Harry, towards his family.
Oh, I know. Well, even on the other page, it says Fudge seemed quite determined not to notice Harry, and it's like that's exactly what Dumbledore's doing. He is like extremely determined not to like make eye contact with Harry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So anyway, there's two different ways to slice it. One of them makes us like Percy more. One of them is more like empathetic towards this situation if he's under the Imperious curse. Or worst case scenario is that he's just a prat, and that's that.
Yeah. Or
no two ways. He just kind of sucks.
Right. Percy. Yeah. Right. Could be that. But from there, they all make their way up to the 9th level, which if you're like trying to keep track of the ministry, this is the floor with the Department of Mysteries on it.
Right. Is this down? This is down.
No, this is up.
It's up?
They're up, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got the atrium, and then go down to the 9th, which is the Department of Mysteries, and then below that is the dungeon and the courtroom. Yeah. They're in the dungeon, and they go up.
Oh, they're in the dungeon, they go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I follow your logic.
Right.
Dungeons are not on top floors.
Right.
A penthouse dungeon.
A penthouse dungeon, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. Right. From their lack of... They have artificial windows here. You know?
Right.
Let's
Okay.
see. So Arthur is saying that he's going to drop Harry off back at headquarters on his way to the toilet in Bethnal Green, which is the regurgitating toilet, which is a weirdly follow-through plot line that you think is just like a funny thing Mr. Weasley is working on.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, the regurgitating toilets. And they're having like a little joke about it here. And he's like, oh, it's not that hard to fix or whatever. But like it actually comes up again later because the person doing this is Willie Wittershins.
Yeah, Willie Wittershins.
Wittershins.
Good piece of trivia.
Good piece of trivia.
Don't ask us. Oh, sorry.
I can remember this one. Okay. All right.
You got this one.
Thank you. Exactly. Boom. J-Fan. Oh, thank you. Except for this.
Alliteration. www.explodingtoilets.com.
There you go. Willie Wittershins. Boom.
Okay. We can make that work.
It's full. Yeah.
It
is regurgitating some ship, you know. But so he eventually does get caught, but then he is not persecuted for the regurgitating toilets because he is the one who is at the Hogshead Inn and overhears the first meeting of the DA.
Right.
And then he trades that information to Umbridge in exchange for not being persecuted for the toilets.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Which is how she knows about it.
Yes.
Which is this like weird through line with the toilets.
Yes.
That, like
yes.
I just never pay attention to.
Right. Oh, no, you're
Yeah.
absolutely correct. But it's also kind of interesting because I feel like Arthur nails it in one here because Harry is like, so what will you have to do about the toilet? And he's just like, oh, it's a simple enough anti-jinx. It's more the attitude behind the vandalism. It's an expression of something much deeper and nastier. And I, for one, and then he gets broken off mid-sentence. But I love the fact that he's dialing in on the exact truth. It's like, it's not the devastating nature of a regurgitating toilet. Like, no, there's not that many people.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we can all agree it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's more the underlying sentiment behind it that like I think is echoed, throughout the wizarding populace. It's like these are people who want to go and pick on Muggles because they can.
Because they can, yeah.
Right.
And it's sort of the upgraded version of like the disappearing keys from a few books ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Bless them.
Bless them. Oh, they'll just insist they're losing them. But then they get up there to the 9th level corridor, and we see Cornelius Fudge is now standing a few feet away from them talking to Lucius Malfoy. And I know.
No good, guys.
No good.
He's a real stinker of a character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But to his credit, guys, this is pretty huge. He's about to land Harry a killer nickname. He
Yeah.
goes, well, Patronus Potter. I'm like, do you hear yourself, man?
know.
You're making him sound pretty cool.
I know. Pretty good. That's like when like that you can tell Draco is taking lessons from him because he's like, all right, Patronus Potter, Weasley is our king. I got it. This
Yeah.
is going to be great.
This
Yeah.
is all working out.
This is already working out. There's
amazingly.
no way they can spin Weasley as our king into something good.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. But so then, of course, so Harry literally has just been like given a reprieve for the first time since the Dementor attack, and he's known that he might be expelled, and he's been feeling such a wave of relief. And then it says Harry felt winded, as though he's just walked into something heavy. He had last seen those cold gray eyes through slits in a Death Eater's hood, and it's just like he's like, well, I had like a second to breathe.
One staircase.
And one staircase. And now I'm looking square in the face at somebody who was literally watching the Dark Lord torture me 1 month ago.
1 month ago, yeah. And Harry's just like, I just told you that he was a Death Eater.
Right.
Here you are talking to him.
Here you are talking to him.
Come on.
And then I think Lucius is a little bit like too on the nose here because like the minister was just telling me about your lucky escape, Potter. Quite astonishing the way you continue to wriggle out of very tight holes. Snake-like, in fact.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what, like you're waving a red flag right now.
Waving
like,
a red flag. Big time.
Like even Fudge has got to be sitting there being like, snake?
Why'd you say that?
That's a weird.
Do you even know him?
Right.
Yeah.
He's like lion, like Gryffindor. You're a snake.
Come
right?
on. Right. Weird. Sounds
yes,
like you were there.
yes.
This is also massive foreshadowing, though, calling Harry snake-like, because this Christmas, Harry is going to witness the attack on Mr. Weasley in this exact corridor as a snake.
As a snake.
Yeah.
Yep. So major foreshadowing there.
Yes.
Yep. So then Harry's just sort of like retorting. He's like, yeah, I'm good at escaping.
Yeah, he's like, let me go ahead and count it off for you. Chamber of Secrets, killed that basilisk, no problem. That was snake-like. Got rid of that graveyard, no problem. I just got out of this weird court case I had nothing to do with. So yeah, yeah. Scoreboard.
I'm kind of killing it, honestly.
Kind of killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Lucius, who is like, well, there's no arguing with this kid. He is good. He's like, and Arthur Weasley too. What are you doing here, Arthur? And he's like, I work here.
I work here. What are you doing here? Down on the 9th floor, Lucius.
Yes, and that is exactly what Harry asks him, to which Lucius is like, I don't think the matters between myself and the minister are any concern of yours, Potter.
Yeah, and this is already, you can pretty quickly catch him in the lie here, because it's like, you didn't, how could you have possibly known the court case was down in dungeon room 10 or whatever?
Right.
And you're just down here waiting for the minister? Like, I don't think so.
Well, and Harry's about to ask the question on the very next page. He's like, why wasn't he waiting outside of Fudge's office? Like, what is he doing in the Department of Mystery? So I genuinely think in this particular moment that like Fudge is like seeing Lucius as like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And in this particular moment, like I think he also just sees Lucius as an ally in general because he's a moron. But like in this particular moment, I think Fudge might also be like mildly caught off guard by Lucius's presence.
Right.
Because it's a, what is it? Pretty fudgy confused.
He's fudging confused.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
We're keeping it safe. But yeah, so I think in this particular moment, Lucius is then going to like signal to Fudge, like, because it's going to say, Harry distinctly heard the gentle clinking of what sounded like a full pocket of gold. So I almost feel like what's happening here is Fudge is sort of like, what are you doing here, Lucius? And then Lucius is like, I have gold.
I have gold, indeed.
Can you hear it jingling in my pocket?
Yeah, I got things to do here. And then he has a great scapegoat, and we get super misled because it makes sense. He's like, Harry's like, what was he doing here? And Mr. Weasley's like, oh, he's probably trying to sneak down to the courtroom, if you ask me, see what was happening to you. But of course, we know that's not what he's doing down there. He is there looking outside of the Department of Mysteries to see what defenses might be in place as they try to rob the prophecy.
That's exactly correct, yes. So I actually also think this is interesting from Arthur's perspective as well, because I think it could be the case that like Arthur's assumption is incorrect, or it could be that he doesn't want to signal to Harry that this particular hallway is of significance.
Oh, that's true. Like,
because
it might be more obvious to Arthur.
I definitely think it would be, because Arthur is literally covering 4 Tonks on this very evening.
Yeah.
Like, because she was saying
in this place.
In this place.
Yeah.
So Arthur knows why this hallway is important. So to see a known adversary in the same hallway is like, that's no coincidence. Like, Arthur can see through it. He knows why Lucius is there.
Yeah. I also like where he says, I'll leave a note for Dumbledore when I drop you off. He already know Malfoy's been talking to Fudge again, as if Dumbledore didn't just sweep past this exact spot.
Right, yeah.
You think Dumbledore walked past and was like, Lucius, probably not important. Yeah.
Nothing to... Yeah, they keep saying, like, we got to tell Dumbledore. It's like, Dumbledore was there.
He was there, like, just now.
He was actively present.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then Harry's like, well, Mr. Weasley, if Fudge is meeting Death Eaters like Malfoy, is he seeing them alone? How do we know that they haven't put the Imperius Curse on him? And I really like this as well from Arthur, because don't think it hasn't occurred to us, Harry. And he's just straightforward about it. Like, he's not like, no, Harry, don't worry about such things. Like, he's actually saying, like, we have considered that.
Yeah.
But Dumbledore thinks Fudge is acting of his own accord at the moment, which, as Dumbledore says, is not a lot of comfort.
Yeah, so, it's like, if they don't have to put him under the Imperius Curse and he's just doing what they want anyway, that's really best case scenario for them.
Yes, so no Imperius Curse. He's just a bad leader.
Right, because if they put him under the Imperius Curse and he manages to break free, then the jig is really up.
Then it's bad.
Yeah.
Then it's bad. So in the meantime, he's just basically walking right into their trap.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, Fudge is just not a good guy at all.
Yeah. We do have a full video dedicated to that sentiment.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, so they exit the space. They go back to the atrium, where they run back into Eric Munch, the security man, who was hidden behind his Daily Prophet again. They had walked straight past the golden fountain before Harry remembered. Wait, he told Mr. Weasley, pulling his money bag from his pocket. He turned back to the fountain. He looked up into the handsome wizard's face, but up close, Harry thought he looked rather weak and foolish. The witch was wearing a vapid smile, like in a beauty contestant. And this is also, I think, kind of interesting, because the Fountain of Magical Brethren is like it's all a facade. It's all a veneer. Like it's not really a positive statue in the first place. Like it seems better in comparison to like the magic is might and the crushing of muggles and all that, which is what it's ultimately replaced with. But what's kind of fun about this one is that before Harry leaves, Molly is like running a wet comb through his hair, and Harry's like, it felt as though somebody was like putting a disillusionment charm on him.
Right.
And obviously a disillusionment charm would make it like so he's like invisible, like when he traveled from number 4 Privet Drive to Grimmauld Place. But what I really think is happening in this case is that like Harry is becoming disillusioned with the Ministry. Like he is basically like seeing the statue for what it truly is, which is not so great.
Yeah, not at all. Like he's seeing right through it here. And also we have like a fun little theory I think that we have discovered on this particular statue.
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. So way back just a couple chapters ago in the noble and most ancient House of Black, when we first meet the statue of Magical Brethren, Harry describes the wizard as a noble-looking wizard.
Correct.
That's how it's described. And so that made me think like, oh, wait, the last chapter was literally called The Noble and Most Ancient House of Black. And like the term noble seems fairly self-assigned.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know like whether or not like you can just call yourself noble. Like we were thinking about changing our channel name to like the Noble Carlin Brothers. Like
right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. You can
is that
do
just
it, right?
can we just
Are we
do
nobility
that?
then? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
It might hurt our search engine optimization, but you know,
yeah.
we'll
just for a
consider
few like weeks or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Like a 5th channel? Yeah, you're right. That'd be like, it's more than that, honestly. They got the vlogs and the gaming and the podcast and oh, I know, right? They were so good. Anyway, back in the noble and most ancient House of Black, we get this description of Sirius's grandfather, where he says, Order of Merlin First Class that have been awarded to Sirius's grandfather for services to the Ministry. And Sirius explains it means he gave them a lot of gold. And to which I was like, okay, the noble House of Black, noble golden statue at the Ministry.
Right. How much gold did he give him?
Did he literally give them the gold for the statue?
Right.
Because the Blacks, like, they are supportive of this entire facade that like wizards are better than everyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So they would absolutely subscribe to the belief that the centaurs and the goblins and the house elves all look up at them all dreamily and soppily, I believe is the term that Harry uses.
But it gets better. It gets better, right? Okay. And that's the foundation of, did Sirius's grandfather donate the gold for the statue? But way later on here, after the order shows up and Harry is attacking Bellatrix, he hits her with the Cruciatus Curse. She blasts back and it says, Harry dodged behind the golden fountain again. Her counterspell hit the head of the handsome wizard, which was blown off and landed 20 feet away, gouging long scratches into the wooden floor. So Bellatrix is the one to behead the statue of the wizard and like finally destroy it. And this is moments after she has killed Sirius Black,
the last heir to the Black family
of the
So she destroyed the legacy of the family Black in 2 fell swoops.
Right. She kills the last remaining heir and then goes upstairs and blasts off the head of their lasting donation.
Yes.
So the Black family is just done, all like that.
All like that.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sirius dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
sorry,
true.
gang.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you guys know about Cedric.
Oh, yeah.
Dead said killed us. Oh my
boy.
gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I gotta refine my spot here.
I know, yeah.
I know.
So the statue that the Black family probably donated to the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Harry goes over, turned his money bag upside down, and emptied not just 10 galleons, but the whole contents into the pool at the statue's feet.
Oh, this is such a significant moment for Harry, especially inside of this chapter because he makes this promise to himself that he's going to put 10 galleons in if he gets cleared ahead of time. But he makes it in his head. He doesn't say it out loud. No one's like holding him to it at all.
Right.
And more importantly, no one sees him complete the bargain with himself.
Right.
Like even Mr. Weasley doesn't like see him go do this. He's like, oh, wait, I have to go back, turns around and does way more than 10. So what's important here is that Harry says 10, gives way more than 10 galleons to it anonymously after just seeing Lucius Malfoy downstairs, who is pocket full of gold. My gold comes with strings attached.
Right.
I'm going to be big and showy about it.
Right.
I'm going to get things done. Yeah.
But Harry, on the other hand, is just selfless because it's Harry. And
Right.
he's just being generous and helping people.
Exactly.
Yes. So that gives us to a page break where we cut to Ron, who is shouting, "I knew it! You always get away with stuff."
Yeah. Like, I don't think he really got away with it. His life was in danger. That was the whole point, Ron.
Yeah. I was like, this is maybe being like a little dismissive, Ron. Like, it was sort of a big deal. He was pretty scared,
Right?
But then Hermione, of course, jumps in and she's got like tearful of eyes, and she's like, "I knew it. There was no case against you." And then Harry's like, "Well, everyone seems awfully relieved considering they all knew I'd get off."
I know. And then, and maybe the only time in the entire book series Fred, George, or Ginny is going to annoy me is the next 3 pages, where if you've listened to the audiobook, this is the worst. That I do not like it, but I think we can improve upon it. All right. Okay. All right. Ready? He got off. He got off. He got off. He got off. That's enough. Settle down. They're going to keep doing that.
They are going to keep going. And for like a scene that if you start to think for too long at all about like how long this whole scene would be going on, it's like, this is getting to be ridiculous.
It is getting a little ridiculous.
It's like, guys, think of new words.
I know.
Like,
right?
say anything else. Like,
I feel like they keep getting silenced, and then they're like, you guys want to do it again?
You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's go again.
He got off.
He got off. He got off. He got off. Oh. It is fun now that we're doing it. Yeah.
So it is kind of fun, but
Yeah.
we have like 200 plus people doing it.
That's true. It's more than just 3 people.
Right.
Yeah.
And there aren't other conversations going on in the meantime.
Yeah, other very important conversations. Yeah. So we get Arthur tells Sirius that Lucius is talking to Fudge and that we should tell Dumbledore, who was also there.
That's a real sentence that you just said.
That's a real sentence I just said. Yep. And then he also tells him that Kingsley might be dropping in for dinner for meatballs.
Yes.
Which is what Molly's making that night.
Yep. If you can get off early enough, Molly's making meatballs.
Meatballs.
The way that Jim Dale delivers meatballs, it just reminds me of like book 1 where like the word hamburger comes up, and it's like the word hamburger has no business being in this book at all.
I don't know. Yeah.
They're-
Wizards don't eat hamburgers.
No, they sure don't.
Yeah.
They sure don't.
Yeah, they eat potatoes. Come on.
Potatoes, porridge, toast. Yeah, exactly.
Anything bland.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
You guys get it.
They like the tan food groups.
Yeah.
Beige.
Beige. A good
Off-white.
beige. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Ben, how's your spray tan?
I have not made it through a single night of tour without people bringing up the spray tan. What's that? Well, there is that. I just also happened to be outside. I don't know. Yeah. What's that? There we go.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stirring that pot.
I think that was Andy. That was Andy. Yeah.
Thanks for stirring that. We'll talk
Yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Is security here? Or?
Oh.
I'm joking. She's
Oh,
fine. For now.
For now. Oh, man. Okay, so Harry tells them a little bit more about Dumbledore showing up, and he says, yeah, he swung it for me, but then feels too childish to say, I wish he'd talked to me, though, or even looked at me. And as he thought this, the scar on his forehead burned so badly that he clapped his hand to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like a little bit of foreshadowing, I think, that when why Dumbledore's not looking at him. I mean, the word "looked" is literally in italics here, and then it's boom, his scar burned. So it's like Dumbledore doesn't want him to do it because he thinks Voldemort will try and possess him and attack Dumbledore.
That's exactly correct. Yeah, and I was reading this a couple of different ways at first, and we actually were talking about it a little bit backstage before we came on, because my original interpretation was like, is this sort of like after the trio steals the cup from Gringotts, and like all of a sudden Harry gets completely overtaken and goes into his mind as he like lashes out against all of his followers and everything. Like, is it possible that like someone has reported that Harry got off, as Fred, George, and Ginny like to say, and he got off.
He got off.
Someone's always got to be the last person to say it. So.
Right. Who's it gonna be? And
oh man. Anyway, so that was my thought at first, was whether or not Voldemort was discovering the news. But I think you're right.
I think both can be true. That it's like it could be the case that Lucius just got back and is like, Harry Potter got off.
Right.
Yeah. And because it's the exact same time Harry's delivering this news to everyone at home.
Right.
Yeah. And like it's just like a good clue for the readers that like when he thinks about Dumbledore, his scar hurts.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And that of course will be the big reason why Dumbledore is ignoring him throughout the rest of the year.
Mrs. Weasley is not having this chanting. I didn't even mean to do that one. Oh man. We were like, we got to go fast this chapter. It's like 40 pages.
I know. Look, guys, look at how much we have left to cover here.
We haven't even gotten to the prefects. We're gonna. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine. Over the next few days, Harry could not help noticing that there was not one person within number 12 Grimmauld who did not seem wholly overjoyed that he would be returning to Hogwarts.
Yeah, so go for it.
Couldn't help but notice that there was one person within number 12 Grimmauld Place who did not seem wholly overjoyed that he would be returning to Hogwarts. That's code for someone's not happy about it. It's actually just English for someone's not happy about it. I just misread it. This is, of course, Sirius, who's having a rather interesting reaction to the news.
Yeah, because now he's sort of like, there was like, he wanted Harry, of course, to be cleared, but like a part of him, and apparently a significant part of him, was like, but also it would be kind of cool if you got expelled, because then you can live here with me, and we'd both be outcasts together, like me and James.
Like me and James, we could be best buds like always. I've even got a snitch you can catch.
Yeah.
Nice one, James. But this is interesting to me because if too soon.
It's
too
not
soon.
Cedric, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're chanting it now. Oh no. Oh man.
Oh, this was not what I expected.
I'm loving St. Paul.
I know. Hey, amazing. Just the best claim.
The best claim.
But we're having a great time.
We are.
We're having a great time. No, this is interesting to me though, because if we go back to page 115 into 116, it says, "But if they do expel me," said Harry quietly, "can I come back here and live with you?" Sirius smiled sadly. "We'll see. I'd feel a lot better about the hearing if I didn't know I have to go back to the Dursleys. They must be bad if you prefer this place," said Sirius gloomily. So it's interesting because like in that moment, I always sort of interpret it as if like Sirius is aware of the bond of blood, and he's like, I can't promise that you can come back here because
of that.
Yeah. Like no matter what, you're gonna need to go to the safest place, and that's probably not here. But then this reaction almost makes it seem like he kind of was thinking that there's a scenario where Harry would come back.
Right. He's like, it's pretty likely you're gonna get off, but yeah.
So do you think?
Oh, what have we started? Who was it? over there. Nice.
It has to be someone. It's making me think, though, that there's a decent possibility that, like, in that particular moment, Sirius was just like, he's got Dumbledore, he's got all these people at his back. Like, there's no way, like, Harry won't go back to school. Like I think Sirius was just convinced that there was no way Harry would be guilty.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like, so it was like a 1%, like, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe he was protecting himself more than he was protecting Harry.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's trying to do the same thing. It's like he knows he can't really express any of this, so he's just gonna like lock himself away and be like, but can't say anything nice. I just won't say anything at all.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And Hermione kind of chimes in. She's sort of like, I think a part of him was really hoping you'd be expelled. Then you could both be outcast together.
Yeah.
So that's a tough reality to kind of grapple with there. But I bet they would have fun.
Yeah, I bet they would. Get up to semantics.
Get up to semantics. There's no way. Like, Sirius right now is like abiding by like the like, no, Sirius, like you have to stay in the house rule. But like Harry staying there with him, 100%. They're going out and getting into
They're going
stuff.
doing stuff. Yeah. They're like, get out the cloak. Get out the cloak.
we have our own toys now. This
That's
is going to
right.
be great. Yeah.
Yeah. But so then you get to the bottom of this page, and it says, now that Harry knows he can go back, he's daydreaming about Hogwarts, the end of the holidays. He can't wait to see Hagrid, to play Quidditch, to just go on walks across the garden with his friends. And I feel like this whole paragraph is in here just to like give you that sense of like, yeah, Hogwarts is home, and like make you excited for it because Umbridge is about to show up and steal all of those things and like take every bit of it away. Yeah. I know. Ugh.
I know.
the worst.
It's so true though, because we talk about it all the time. Like there are certain things that not Dumbledore. I do this constantly lately. Voldemort is so good at taking from Harry.
Yeah.
And like so much of it is the things that Dumbledore is trying to preserve for him. It's his ability to be a child. It's his ability to play sports, like enjoy time with his friends. And in this particular case, it's going to be Umbridge who's really taking most of those things. In some cases, literally. Yeah, right?
Pretty
Voldemort
much.
Jr. Yeah, so let's see here. The fact was that living at headquarters of the anti-Voldemort movement was not nearly as interesting or exciting as Harry would have expected before he'd experienced it. And to be fair, this is literally what Ron and Hermione were trying to tell Harry when he arrived at Grimmauld Place. They're like, it's really not been that fun.
Right.
He's
We're
like,
just like,
yeah,
please.
it seems fun though.
Yeah. I'm at the Dursleys, okay?
Right. I haven't even got to sit on any bags of rats.
Yeah.
So
come on. That's like a whole thing in the last chapter.
yeah, dang. If you guys have been there.
People keep sitting on a bag of dead rats.
Right.
I know. Like real. I'm not making it up.
Right.
Yeah. You read it. Yeah, you guys, you're right there. And let's see. Then on the very last day of the holidays, the book lists finally arrive, which is hilarious to me because it means every student in Hogwarts has to arrive at Diagon Alley that day
Right.
to go get their books.
Okay, I'm curious about this as well because it's like, this is literally, so they always leave on September 1st. So this is the last day of August here and the book lists arrive. Part of me is wondering whether or not Dumbledore was like, do not send the letters to Grimmauld Place until we know what's happening to Harry because it will crush him to have to see everybody get their letters.
I mean, that could be. Has this been a few weeks, though, or a few days since then? Or is this like the very last day? I don't know. As the end of the holidays approached.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're right. It has been a few weeks.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of time.
Yeah.
So why wait until the last day?
Because they just figured out the defense against the dark arts position.
Because they just figured out the
Yeah.
defense against the dark
Which
arts
I'm going to
position.
complain about for the rest of this book. Because, like, I mean, it is bananas that it takes Dumbledore this long and that educational decree Umbridge gets appointed at all. Because Dumbledore's like, I couldn't find anyone to do it. If only I knew, like, a bunch of people who were good at defense against the dark arts who basically have to do what I say.
Yes.
If only,
Kingsley,
like,
Tonks.
at any of the Sirius, throw him in there.
Why
Don't even
not?
tell people, be like, your professor's a dog this year. You're going to learn a lot from this dog.
Yeah, Professor Snuffles. That seems like
Yeah.
a good. Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
Any of them would be such good options.
But you know what would happen the whole year is that Harry, Ron, and Hermione would be like, Sirius, I mean, Snuffles.
Yeah. Yeah. Professor Snuffles.
Best code name ever.
Yeah.
But you're exactly correct. Yeah. So it's basically waiting to find out who is going to be the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. This comes with basically the instruction that we only need 2 new books: The Standard Book of Spells, Grade 5 by Miranda Goshawk. This is consistent, basically year after year after year. They need a new one, and also Defensive Magical Theory by Wilbert Slinkhard, which.
Yeah.
Snooze fest
Right?
is what I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slings hard. And then Fred and George apparate in to start theorizing about who the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher would be. And it's like, I can't believe no one has talked about this yet. That, like, if I was them all summer, I'd be like, it's got to be someone here. It's got to be someone in the Order.
Who else would it be?
Who else would it be?
Right.
Like, Dumbledore has his pick of the lot. But no. But no.
I'm just imagining what it would be like if Mundungus was selected.
Still better than Umbridge.
Still
though.
better than Umbridge.
Even if he's just like disguised as a pile of rags every day. You know? Even if he did the exact same thing as Umbridge, he's like, just read the book.
Right.
Yeah. No magic.
It would have been
I can't
better.
imagine.
Yeah.
It would have been better. Just bring... What? A wet plant. Yes. That'd be better than Umbridge.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so
Boom.
bad. I mean, the bar is so low.
The bar is so low.
Yeah.
It can't get much worse. What? Oh, you're right. Dumbledore's never at the bar. No one goes with him.
Well,
Sorry.
no. He is. Nobody's with him.
No one's with him at the bar. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But so they figure out that it's taken them a while to figure it out, and then they give you a quick recap of what's happened to the last 4. It says 1 sacked, 1 dead, 1 memory removed, and 1 locked in a trunk for 9 months. And I was like, excuse me, Lupin resigned.
Exactly.
Okay. He did not get sacked.
Of his own volition.
I know.
Yeah. Lupin. Dang it, I was trying to see if I could like deter you guys from remembering our other chants.
I know. He got off. Well, I'm helping.
You're one of them?
I'm one of us.
One of them.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have like 15 pages at the end of this
I
chapter
know.
that we don't get to.
Sorry about that.
They're gonna play the wrap-up music for us.
I know. Yeah, we're going to get played off the stage.
Which is incidentally John Cena. You
Yeah.
can't see me.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
We haven't had to use it before. In any case, this is where Fred discovers that Ron has become a prefect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Edghill Ronnikins is a prefect, and everyone's having a whole laugh about it. No one in their right mind would make Ron a prefect. And they're all like pointing at Harry like Ron's not in the room, like, we thought it'd be you.
Yeah.
For sure. And if it was, we'd be like, congratulations.
But-
we knew it.
Right, but as long as it's our brother, no way.
No way. What a lame.
Yeah. We thought Dumbledore was bound to pick you, said
Yeah.
George indignantly.
But then they start coming to Harry's defense. They immediately just turn this so quickly on Ron. It's like, I suppose all the mad stuff must have counted against him. Yeah, you've caused too much trouble. Well, at least one of you got your priorities straight, which I think is so funny because it like harkens back to Hermione's just like, oh, worse, expelled. Yeah. It's just like the exact opposite. They're like, yeah, priorities correct. Breaking rules. Let's do it, boys.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I love this line from George too, where it goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
Mum's going to be revolting."
I know. And he is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get the setup of the century, which is that Ron is basically staring at the badge and he's handing it over to Harry.
Oh,
to be
this
like,
is, I feel so bad
It's-
for Hermione.
It's so horrible. So this is the setup for Harry to be holding it when Hermione walks into the room, because Ron is basically like, this is real, right?
He's like, right?
So then
What do you think?
immediately the door bangs open. Hermione came tearing into the room, her cheeks flushed, her hair flying. Did you get? She spotted the badge in Harry's hand and let out a shriek. I knew it!
Yeah.
She said excitedly, brandishing a letter. Me too, Harry, me too!
Oh, I feel so bad for Ron. This is such a Hermione moment.
Okay.
It is such a Hermione moment.
Like,
yes.
You don't have to be on our side always. Like, that's fine. I totally get it. Like, Ron, Hermione, like, no big deal. This moment is a Hermione moment.
Right?
Like, one way or another.
Like Hermione is like, oh my God, me and Harry are going to get to do prefect things together.
Yay!
Yay, I'm so excited about it. Yay, yes, I knew it. I've been looking forward forward to it.
Right. And then Harry's like, no, it's Ron.
It's Ron.
Not me.
And she says, but are you sure?
And then poor Ron.
Poor Ron.
This line breaks my heart. He goes, it's my name on the letter.
Yeah.
And so he's just like Ron also doesn't believe it, but he's like, but look, like, it seems like it.
I know. It's like, Hermione's just like trying to back. She's like committed such a faux pas here.
Right. Well done, Ron. That's really unexpected, said George, nodding.
Hermione cannot come up with a single thing Ron has done.
Right.
No. Ron's done. He's really good at chess.
Good at chess?
Yeah.
There was that one time.
There was that one time. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something.
No. Yeah. So then Molly comes walking into the room and she's basically saying, oh, you've got your letters. If you give them to me, I'll take them to Diagon Alley this afternoon and get your books. While you're packing, Ron, I'll have to get you more pajamas. These are at least 6 inches too short. And I was like, wow, 6 inches. I know. However, if you go back to the fight that Harry is having with Ron in the Gryffindor common room where I think Harry throws the Cedric badge at his face.
Yeah, now you have something to wear.
Yeah. My boy. It will say that Harry hated everything about Ron right down to the several inches of bare ankles showing beneath his pajama trousers. So this is actual continuity from Goblet of Fire. Like, several is 7.
Several is 7. So he's actually shrunk.
He's actually shrunk. Yeah.
It was 7. Now it's 6.
Right.
6, 7. Yeah. Some people are like, what on earth is that?
Right.
Ask your kids.
Yeah.
They won't know either. No one can explain it.
There is a very interesting ripple of laughter for that one. It was like every third person gets it. Why not? Yeah, they could probably use magic to extend it. That's a fair point. But instead, no. Now this is a great setup for basically George to reveal to Molly to say, get him red and gold to match his badge. And Mrs. Weasley's really not paying attention. She's like, matches what now? And Fred's like, his badge, his lovely shiny new prefix badge. And Molly's like, but Ron, you're not.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Oh, Ron, how wonderful, how perfect. That's everyone in the family.
What are Fred and I, next door neighbors?
I love that line so much. What are Fred and I? Oh, man. I'm so happy for Molly in this moment. Like, she is having such a hard time.
She
is. It's just like all of a sudden she gets this win. Ron is a prefect.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, what a genuine win she gets to have right now. And I feel like part of it as well is I think she's so extra happy and so willing to get Ron whatever he wants because of Percy, estranging himself. And it's I get I feel like she must feel like she really messed up with Percy, but now Ron is a prefect too, and it's I get another chance or something.
Right. Yeah. Because it definitely does seem like she's basically just being like, what can we do? What can we do? And she's immediately going through the list of potential things. She's like, well, you've already gotten an owl. How about some new dress robes? And then Fred's like, we've already bought him some. Yeah. To which I'm surprised Molly's like, where did you get the money for
Why
dress
did you do
robes?
that, by the way, boys?
Right, yeah.
Also, I'm just going to, it says, or a new cauldron. Charlie's old one is rusting through, to which I was like, you have a thin cauldron bottom? I know who you can call.
That's
it
right.
Would be, yeah.
But then I'm blown away by this recommendation. Or a new rat. You always liked Scabbers.
Yeah, Molly. No!
You mean the traitor that killed my best friend's parents?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems surprising that this wouldn't have come up because I don't know. So either which way. And then Ron's like, Mom, could I have a new broom? And it's tough. Mrs. Weasley's face fell slightly. Broomsticks were expensive. And he's like, not a really good one, just just a new one for a change.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Weasley is like, of course you can, little Ronnie, a prefect. Oh, I'm all in a dither. Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
I'm just so happy for her in this
In
moment.
a dither. In a dither. In a dither. I bet that's never been chanted ever.
Ever. That was a brand new chant.
A brand new chant. Yeah.
We did it.
You literally heard it here first.
Yeah. You were part of it. All right, so so Molly leaves, and Fred and George are about to start having fun with this. It's like, you don't mind if we don't kiss you, do you, Ron? Yeah, it's like, oh, shut up, and it's like, or what? Gonna put us in detention? I'd love to see him try, and then Hermione's just like, oh, he could.
Oh my gosh! When I was even Ron's like, drop it.
He's like, I'm obviously not going to do that.
I'm like, basically under no circumstances ever would Ron give his two older brothers detention.
Absolutely not.
That would be the death of him for always.
Forever.
And for always.
Forever.
Yes.
Yeah, and like they know it so well. They're just like, yeah, looks like our law-breaking days are finally over. And then I love, with another loud crack, they disapparate. I love that they disapparate in unison.
Yes.
'Cause this is a non-verbal agreement. They're just like, yeah, that's going to happen. Crack! Yeah.
Yep.
And they're both gone Yeah. Upstairs just cackling with the absurdity of the idea. But Hermione thinks they're just jealous, and Ron's like, I do not think that is true.
Yeah. But he is like, but still, they've never had new brooms.
Yeah, like Ron is like slowly realizing the truth. He's like, wait, this is real. I'm getting a new broom. I'm going to be a prefect.
It is,
It's actually like, I'm starting to be proud of myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's like,
Ronfidence.
The Ronfidence.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's another little theory that came up, though, and I think it's kind of perfectly fitting to share it on this particular evening, because back several chapters ago, I actually think Fred and George are going to be much more supportive of Ron here than they are fully letting on. Maybe not about his prefect duties, but about his opportunity to ultimately play Quidditch for the Gryffindor Quidditch team. Because when they're cleaning out all of the curtains and they're doing the doxies, they're going through and they're like pocketing some doxies for their like skiving snack boxes. And then it also specifically says that there's a bowl full of doxy eggs that Fred and George were eyeing. And what's kind of interesting about a bowl full of doxy eggs is that is exactly what Cormac McLaggen is going to eat this year, and prevents him from being able to participate in tryouts for the Gryffindor Quidditch team.
Yeah.
And Cormac is in Fred and George's dorm room.
Yeah.
So Fred and George are actively sabotaging Cormac
McLaggen
so that Ron can make the team.
Yeah. It's pretty good. The Cormac's having a rough go, because then the next year Hermione will sabotage him
That's
as well.
exactly right. Yep.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, there's
when
that.
he does finally get on, it's not like, oh wait, he deserved it. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see here. So then, what do we have next? Gred and Forge.
Gred and Forge.
Gred and Forge. Gred and Forge. Gred and Forge. I know. I was like, I mean, it's a hilarious joke, but what do we do with that?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We have a thing.
We have a thing. We can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. St. Paul and us will always have chance.
Yes, we all.
Yeah.
We'll always have chance. We'll always have chance. So Harry starts realizing that like maybe he had not quite thought about this particular thing, and is starting to feel like maybe I'm not as happy as I feel like I should be. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Hermione takes Hedwig, sends him to send a letter to her parents, and Harry starts having a lovely little conversation with himself about whether or not he's like, if I remembered what I have thought, it was coming to me. And he's like, yes, I would.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like a difficult, like line of questioning for his mind to be going through. And it kind of hails back to really what Harry was also going through in his mind back when he was at number 4 Privet Drive, where he feels so isolated from all of the information. He feels isolated from Sirius and Ron and Hermione and everyone who knows about what's going on. He's having this dialogue and he says, it's like, who stopped Quirrell from getting the stone? Who killed the basilisk? Who fought off all those Dementors? Who escaped the graveyard? Like, things that like ultimately Harry actually has a huge amount of like humility about. And like when he's selected by all of his fellow students to lead the DA, that humility will come out in its most honest form. Like he's gonna be like, I had a lot of help, you know, like it's not like it sounds. It sounds more impressive than it is, but these intrusive thoughts come into his head anyway. And the same thing is here. It's like, did he really believe he was better than Ron? No, said the small voice defiantly. Was that true? Harry wondered anxiously, probing his own feelings. I'm better at Quidditch, said the voice, but I'm not better at anything else. And so it's like he's having like a fairly honest conversation.
I know. I like how honest he's like, well, honestly, I'm not that much better than magic at Ron. Yeah, maybe the Patronus. I would give himself that. You know?
He does get that. And I actually went through and checked what their OWLs ended up being from like an academic standpoint. And really the main thing is that Harry does better in Defense Against the Dark Arts and gets an O, whereas Ron gets an E. So like Ron still does well, just not quite as well as Harry, but Hermione also doesn't get an O in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Right.
And then Harry does worse in A History of Magic because he passes out during the exam. And Ron also doesn't do particularly well there. So from a grade point average perspective, they're pretty even Stevens.
Right, yeah. There you go. Harry has this like one little edge. Right. And then he starts to be honest. He's like, well, I've done more things, but it's like, those are all kind of extracurricular, you know?
Right,
fighting Voldemort, like maybe that doesn't make you a good prefect.
Exactly. And Ron and Hermione were with me most of the time.
Yeah. Maybe that voice in his head could be the Horcrux. Oh, I don't think no.
I think this is too like there's something to be said for this kind of like introspection.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think it's the kind of thing that like Voldemort himself is very. Voldemort doesn't question himself very much.
Yeah, he's pretty self-assured.
He's like, I got this.
I got this. I'm the best. I'm the most special.
Right. Yeah, all the trauma makes, yes. Harry has lots of trauma to make him second guess himself, for sure.
Yeah.
Plenty of that. But yeah, so we're going through the whole thing. There's Quirrell, the Basilisk, the Dementors, the Graveyard, I've definitely done more. I've done more than either of them. Maybe Dumbledore doesn't choose prefects based on, like, they've gotten themselves into loads of dangerous situations. Maybe he chooses them for other reasons. Ron must have something you don't. And this, I actually think, is just great, relatable jealousy. Like, I think that this happens, like, if like in the real world, if you've got a friend who gets a great big promotion and all of a sudden you're sort of like, am I not good enough anymore? It's like, no, like that's not how it works. But it's also, it does happen.
It does happen. And it's like I love that he gets to the bottom of the page. He has like a moment of like a snort of laughter when he feels bad about thinking about it, and then immediately feels sickened with himself. And he's like, I love this sentence here. It says, this was not Ron's fault. Was he, Harry, Ron's best friend in the world, going to sulk because he didn't have a badge, laugh with the twins behind Ron's back, ruin this for Ron when for the first time he had beaten Harry at something? And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And then Ron comes back and he like gives him a genuine like, good job, you earned it, and is like relieved to hear that he means it when he says it.
Right, yes. And he's like, listen, Ron, well done, mate. And then Ron's like, I never thought it would be me. I thought it would be you. And Harry's just like, nah, I've caused too much trouble.
Too much trouble. But it's like, Harry like chooses to take like an abundance mentality here. It's like, just because something good happened to you doesn't mean there's less good things that can happen to me.
Right. Yeah. And what's also kind of interesting about this is that I think it's probably growth that like maybe even Harry picked up from Ron, because Ron did not handle Harry's selection for the Goblet of Fire super well.
Right.
So like,
yeah, they do handle it quite differently, because also Harry did not ask for that.
Also true. Yeah. So I think that's a big situation where Harry's like, probably in the back of his mind, he's like, I didn't love it when that's how it felt. So probably I shouldn't take this away from him.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And then it's also very adorable because Ron keeps moving the prefect's badge around, first placing it on his bedside table, then putting it in his jeans pocket, then taking it out, laying it on his folded robes, just to see the effect against the red on the black. Yeah.
Before wrapping it tenderly in his maroon socks.
As you do. Right. That's also trivia. Yeah. What did Ron wrap his prefect badge with?
Yeah.
Just like the sneakoscope. Yeah. That's like the mustard yellow knobbly socks.
The knobbly socks. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Boom.
Let's see here.
And then Ron gets his broom at long last, and his mom's like, "No, don't open it until after supper." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, see you." Yeah,
open it right now. Yep. He examined every inch of the new broom, and then Mrs. Weasley hung a scarlet banner over the heavily laden dinner table, which read, "Congratulations, Ron and Hermione, new prefects."
Yay! Good job for them.
Yay!
Boom.
Woo! I'm happy for him too.
I know.
Then Moody shows up at long last, which is honestly a bit of a relief because there's been something jangling around up in the desk, up in the drawing room for days now.
For days.
And Moody basically is really what they've been waiting on because they want him to just kind of like take a shifty at it.
This pretty much means he hasn't been at headquarters since they dropped Harry off.
Yeah.
Because it's the next morning when they find the Boggart.
Right. So that means it's been weeks.
Yeah.
Harry's trial is on the 12th of August. Yeah. It's been weeks.
Yeah. Where has he been?
Right.
What's he doing?
What is Moody up to?
He's like retired. He should be there all the time.
Or maybe he's retired and he's like just playing chess in a park somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come in like part-time for this like Order of the Phoenix thing, Dumbledore.
Right.
I don't know if you remember last time I did one of your plans, one of your favors.
Yeah.
Ended up in a trunk for 9 months.
Right.
I'll be coming in when I feel like it.
Right. But so sure enough, he confirms that it is in fact a Boggart, and he's like, "Do you want me to go and get rid of it?" And Molly's of course like, No, I'll do it myself. We're having a little bit of a celebration actually." And she gestured to the Scarlet Banner. "Fourth prefect in the family," she said, fondly ruffling Ron's hair. And Moody's like, "Prefect, eh?" And it seems like he's even like looking at Harry. And the members of the Order of the Phoenix are not going to help the situation.
They have poor tact.
At all.
Not at all.
Yes. Yeah. So immediately what Moody's going to tell Ron is authority figures always attract trouble. Dumbledore must think you can withstand most major jinxes or he wouldn't have appointed you.
Yeah.
So Ron's like, what?
Yeah. Huh? I didn't think about it like that.
Right.
Yeah. Like the Death Eaters are like, you know what we need to get? The prefix.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes.
How are we going to break into Hogwarts?
Got to take them down.
Got to get rid of them.
Yes.
They're too good.
Right. Then Tonks chimes in and she's like, "I was never a prefect myself, and her hair was tomato red and waist length today. She looked like Ginny's older sister, so a little bit of trivia there for you."
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. My head of house said I lacked certain necessary qualities, which I think has got to be Sprout. Because she's a Hufflepuff.
Oh, she's a Hufflepuff? I guess so,
Right.
because it's not that long ago.
No.
Yeah.
Because she's only a first-year Auror, so she can't be out of school for more than like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I feel like it must have been Sprout. And then notice this, guys. Ginny follows up, says, "Like what? Which qualities?" said Ginny, who was choosing a baked potato. Every time with the Gryffindors.
Foreshadowing much?
I know, right? I know.
Harry and Ginny are just like they're like, nobody ever wants to come over for dinner.
I know. Exactly. Oh my gosh, we're having a real Harry and no, that was Gollum doesn't like potatoes, does he? Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. The
Mash
joke
them,
was
boil them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah.
All right.
Ron wriggling.
Then we get a bit of a rundown where we find out that Sirius would have nobody would have made him a prefect. He's like, no one in their right mind would have done it. Lupin was the good boy. He got the badge. And Lupin's sort of like, I think Dumbledore might have hoped that I'd be able to exercise some control over my best friends. I need scarcely say that I failed dismally.
Yeah.
I love that for Lupin. That he's
know.
like, I know I'm responsible, but no.
But no, I don't. In fact, you didn't even know the worst of what we were doing.
Right, yes.
He's
Harry,
like, guys, guess what? I have secret prefect exits from the school now. Yeah.
let's use them.
Let's use them.
Now that you
Put it
guys-
on the map.
Yeah. Now that you all are illegal animaguses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Harry's mood also lifts because he finds out that his father had also not been appointed prefect, although his father is head boy.
I know, yeah.
Which does mean you don't need one in order to achieve the other.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then Ron is just waxing poetic about his new broom. Not to 70 in 10 seconds. Not bad, is it? When you think about the Comet 290, he's only not to 60. Oh, and that's with a tailwind.
According to which broomstick?
According to which broomstick. So which I'm thinking like, so what does Ron have? Like a Comet 300, I guess, right? Like better than the 290? No, it's a clean sweep. He has
A clean sweep. Different brand
Sorry.
altogether.
Never mind. I'm not talking about footrests. We can assume not, but as it's an athletic Quidditch broom.
Yeah, it seems like it describes it as like a slender package. So,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't, I mean, unless they're like fold in. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not saying that it says it has training wheels on here. So, thank you.
There we go.
We got it.
Yeah. But we actually, this is like, I think the first time ever that we had like a moment last night where it got
Des Moines was really pro footrests on brooms.
They were, yeah.
Boo!
He got off. He got off. He got off. He got off.
Oh,
Man,
yeah,
it's
St.
really
Paul.
cool when you have a handy way to just change the subject all at once.
Right. Oh, there you go. Boom. Yeah. So Harry scooches away over to talk to Fred and George, who are negotiating a deal with Mundungus for some venomous tentacula seeds.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
I know.
This little exchange is actually kind of amazing too, because I feel like it's like Harry, Fred, and George have like a unique chemistry of their own that makes me think that like had Ron not been there, Harry just would have been like best friends with the twins as well.
Probably.
Because he's gonna jump into this conversation, and Fred and George are basically like Mundungus is gonna be like kind of on the DL about it, and he's sort of like, yeah, I don't know about this Harry guy, and he's like, it's okay, Dung, he's all benefactor, he gave us the money, and he's gonna basically be asking for 20 galleons instead of their requested 10.
Yeah.
And they're sort of like, Dung likes his little jokes, and then Harry's gonna chime in and say, be careful. And Fred's like, what? Mom's busy cooking over, cooing over Prefect Ron. We're okay. And then Harry's like, yeah, but Moody could have his eye on you. And so like what Harry's really doing here is manipulating Mundungus.
Yeah.
To which Mundungus is like, good point that. All right, lads, 10 it is if you'll take them quick.
Yeah.
And Fred's like, cheers.
Cheers, Harry. Yeah, so Harry, good little negotiator here.
That's
yeah,
right.
Good closer.
Yeah, good closer.
Him.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working it through.
Exactly. And then Harry starts immediately wondering, like, oh no, but wait a second. Mr. and Mrs. Weasley, who are treating me like a son, are going to want to know where Fred and George get all this money all of a sudden. They're going to figure out it was me. And what if they don't like me as a son anymore? I know.
I just don't
know.
think that's going to happen.
I don't. And I'm like, wow, Harry, I don't think you understand how family works, my man.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I know.
They love Percy, and he's the worst.
That's literally what I wrote down. I was like, it's like, would Mrs. Weasley still feel that Harry was as good as her son if she found out he had made it possible for Fred and George to start a career she thought was quite unsuitable? And I was like, she definitely still loves Percy.
Absolutely,
you know?
yes,
like,
yes.
I know.
Yes, but like they all love Percy too. Like there's nothing I love more than the exchange in Deathly Hallows where Percy shows up and he's like,
I was a fool.
Yeah, and Fred's like, well, can't say it neater than that. Friends again?
Yeah. Let's go fight.
Let's go fight.
Yeah.
And then hopefully nothing bad happens.
Oh.
Yeah. You guys can handle it. You guys can handle it.
You guys can handle it.
This is the.
I agree. It's not as funny as Cedric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead said, not dead Fred.
Dead said, not dead. Okay,
Right,
got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Got it,
Okay,
yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
figure out which ones will land and which ones won't.
Right, yeah.
Right. All right. Then this most unbelievable lack of tact on behalf of Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Oh, I know.
Of all people. He's just talking in the room around all these people who are celebrating Ron and Hermione, and Harry catches them saying, why Dumbledore didn't make Potter a prefect? He'll have had his reasons, replied Lupin, but it would have shown confidence in him. It's what I would have done. It's like, oof.
Yeah, I
man.
know. He's like, I disagree with Dumbledore.
Right. Yeah. Not great.
Yeah. Well, Dumbledore's got style, but even Kingsley doesn't think this was the right style.
That's
you
right.
know? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But so then anyway, then Moody comes over, and I think he's trying to be like really fatherly as well. And it's like, I've got something that might interest you. And he shows him the original Order of the Phoenix photo, which unfortunately does not land.
Does not land.
He goes through and he's trying to show Harry something that he thinks will resonate with him. And instead, all Harry is seeing is all of these brave, happy people who are smiling in the photo who don't know that their fates lie just ahead. And so instead of this being being reassuring, I think Harry tends to find it a little bit more depressing.
A little more depressing.
Yeah, because he even goes through and he's just sort of like, let's see here, brother of Amelia Bones, they got him and his family too. He was a great wizard. Sturgis Podmore, blimey, he looks young. Caradoc Dearborn vanished 6 months after this. We never found his body.
Yeah. Gideon Pruitt. Yeah.
It took 5 Death Eaters to kill him and his brother Fabian.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. That doesn't even mention that's Molly's brothers.
I know, which is shocking.
I know.
And the Gideon and Fabian, in case you never caught it, is also where the George and Fred come from.
The G and F come from.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we get a quick another mention of Dumbledore's brother Aberforth, who I think has only been mentioned like once before when Dumbledore's trying to get Hagrid to come out of his hut.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. He can't even read.
Yeah, he can't even read. Yeah.
Right.
So who knows? Even Mad Eye's like, strange guy, Aberforth. Strange guy.
Strange guy.
Yeah, and that's coming from me.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. He's unusual. Goats. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about goats.
Yeah. But then Harry's sort of like, listen, I just remembered I haven't packed my, and he was spared the trouble of having to invent an object he had not packed because Sirius had just said, what have you got there, Mad Eye? Well, lost my train of thought, gang.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. Well, apparently Moody thinks that this is a really good thing. He's like, there you go. Good treat for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Christmas present.
Nothing being like, look at all these people who died fighting Voldemort. Yeah. I mean,
that's
he
true.
doesn't have great people skills on the best of days. That's
right.
for sure. Even before that, not great. Yeah, no
right.
doubt. Then, we get mention of the Longbottoms, which is just like a reminder because we're going to meet them again later in this book for the first time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Harry heads upstairs and someone was sobbing in the drawing room.
Right.
Oh, I know. This is the worst part.
I know. I think it's wild that it's Harry who finds her, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But Harry calls into the room. He's like, hello. Someone was cowering against the wall, and then on the floor, clearly dead, was Ron.
Dude, I feel like that should have been end of chapter.
Oh, I know.
I know. Like, that feels like boom, right?
Like, wait, what
You're like,
happened?
wait, what?
Was it the snuff box?
What? Yeah. And then you're like, that's how Harry becomes prefect. Got it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it makes sense. I got it. Yeah.
But immediately, I think that's the good thing though, is that like I think this is a moment like where Harry is like he's back in his skill set. Like this is what Harry is good at, is like moments of like intense situations, right? Like Harry's mind immediately starts worrying and he's like, no, it can't be Ron. I just saw Ron. Like, and so he's able to like suss it out very quickly. And unfortunately, this is where you kind of have to like watch Molly go through the paces. And it's like, I don't even think, like, we know how powerful and strong Molly is, both emotionally and magically. Like, this is not
she defeats
Molly.
Bellatrix.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I think that this is just a very human moment for Molly, who like she has, and it's what she's going to go on to explain. She's basically going to go through each member of the family, and she's basically outlining the fact that like everyone or half of my family is involved in the Order of the Phoenix. Like, you know, the threat is just so great. Like she just has something to lose here.
Yeah.
And so like,
I mean, she lost both of her brothers last time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So she's just seen it, you know, at its worst.
Yeah. So she's just having a hard time. You get Mr. Weasley's body, then Bill's, dead twins, dead Percy, dead Cedric, dead Harry. Sorry.
Snuck it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but sure enough, Lupin comes into the room and immediately is able to, fortunately, solve it by casting Ridiculous.
Boom. Yeah, then the silvery orb flies in the air. He's just like, done this a million times.
No
Get rid
problem.
of this thing.
It's my day one lesson.
This is my day one lesson.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Molly then obviously goes on to explain, and she's just like, I see them dead all the time. I dream about it. And it's just like this again is just sort of like demonstrating the real damage of having Voldemort on the loose. It's just the danger, the fear that everybody is constantly like wearing on their shoulders.
Yeah, I feel like this is also ties back into like part of why she gets Ron the broom too. It's just like, like I see them dead all the time. And it's like if Ron wants a broom, like I'm not, I'm just going all in.
Like,
you
let's
know?
do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like maximize everything because who
yes.
knows?
Yes. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely correct. And it's so sad too because I think Molly's just sort of like she's just embarrassed. She's like not even able to get rid of a boggart, and then Harry's just like, "Don't be stupid." And I love that for Harry too because it's like it's a very good step in son moment with this person who is a very like motherly figure to him. Like he's reassuring her.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, she's like, half the family's in the order. It'll be a miracle if we all come through this. Like, Percy's not talking to us. And, like, of course, she's right. They don't all make it through it. I know. Not a joke that time.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was really sad.
But we're not there yet. So it's too soon for a different reason.
Yeah.
Because we're still in Order of the Phoenix, chapter 9.
Yeah.
So we have a little while, so we have to deal with that. Let's see here. But then Lupin does come in, and he's got some really good advice here. And as Lupin always does, he's like, I can't promise no one's going to get hurt, but you weren't in the Order last time. Last time we were outnumbered 20-1 by Death Eaters, and they were picking us off one by one. And so I think that even breathes a little bit of confidence into Harry and you, the reader, because it's like, okay, like things aren't as bleak as they might seem.
Also, I think this is bad math. He says they're outnumbered 20-1. Matt, I just showed us the picture, which there were 17 people in. So that would have been 340 Death Eaters. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Do you find that to be unrealistic?
I think in this war, Voldemort has like 23.
Yeah. It's condensed.
Yeah, it's condensed. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there were that many. Right. That would be a problem. Yeah.
It would be a problem.
Yeah.
It would be a problem. But then Sirius even jumps in and he says, "Don't worry about Percy. He'll come around. It's just a matter of time before Voldemort moves into the open. And once he does, the whole ministry is going to be begging us to forgive them."
Yeah. And yet Percy does not take that track right away.
No, not right away.
No.
Not right away.
Takes like a little long while.
Right. Yes. And then they're also going to reassure Molly. And like, you kind of wonder, the idea of Sirius being Harry's godfather is probably like a very important decision that's being made during the First Wizarding War because of the potential risk here. So Molly is also worried, like, what will happen to my kids if something happens to Arthur and I? And in that case, like Lupin and Sirius, everybody are just like, we'll take care of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we're here.
Not going to let them starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good because what they're really doing is they're using all of the right things that counter Voldemort's regime. It's family and love and caring that really like joins them all together.
Yeah. Yep. But then we get to the last page here, and Harry gets upstairs and he's like, he could not think Mrs. Weasley silly at all. It's like all these people in the photograph are just like, they don't know they're about to die, and like Harry doesn't even know it yet, but like all the people in the order, like this is probably why Dumbledore is keeping it from him, is like if he knows that he's the subject of the prophecy, then all these people are actually willing to die for him.
Oof.
I know.
That's
it's
even
a
more
lot
weight.
heavier.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. So maybe it's very good he doesn't know until the last moment.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, that is going to bring us to the end of Chapter 9, Order of the
Woes
Phoenix.
of Mrs. Weasley. Boom.
Woo!
We made it.
So Jay, this is normally the moment, that I would ask you for a review,
Yeah.
But like since we have a live audience, what did you guys think? How we do? Woo!
Oh, man. Thank you guys so much. He got off. Oh, man. We'll always have chance, Thank you, too. Thank you guys just for being here at all. Hold on. We're going to do, I don't know if we might have time for a couple of questions here. Maybe. We don't.
Okay,
Oh, no. Okay. Well, then maybe we have time for a picture with you guys if you want. All right, well, let me just close out real quick here. Then, thanks for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week for Chapter 10, Luna Lovegood, here on Through the Griffin Door.
Today's episode was edited by Ethan Edghill. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager, and the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.